G'day guys, my name is Miles.
And my name is Fez.
And this is The Commodity, and today we are reacting to 19 strangest animals found in Australia. This video was recommended to us by Bushy. Thank you so much, we truly appreciate it.
That was pretty good.
Was that good?
That even all the way to the very end, I was impressed.
I think that I killed that one.
I was impressed. I mean, some words obviously, I mean, compared to what we started out as, mites.
I'm gonna be Australian one day.
Yeah.
So this video was recommended to us by Bushy. Thank you, Bushy. We truly appreciate it. Guys, if you want to recommend a video and have us react to it, click on the link in our description. It'll take you to our Discord. You can throw the link to the video that you want us to check out. And what the F was that?
I had to chill.
In the Discord. Guys, before we hop into this video, if you would, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Especially for that accent. Yeah. It definitely helps us out in getting these videos out to more people. Also, if you would, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. That way you guys can stay informed on our future videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel even more and get an exclusive YouTube short shout out, click that join button. So let's check out the 19 strangest animals.
Let's do it.
I'd say their most common ones are pretty strange. The kangaroo. That's a really strange.
Like realistically
animal.
For us, it's kind of because we don't have them.
Right. But yeah, for me, it's super strange.
Yeah.
Australia is just so big, and a lot of it is land that is still considered the wild. What's out there in the outback and coast of the land down under? Keep watching to find out. 19 uncommon animals you'll find in Australia.
She's an Australian.
19. The true tree hugger.
19.
Nobody loves trees more than the koala. This little guy will latch onto a tree like there's no tomorrow, and they wouldn't have it any other way. We will talk about all the big scary animals you'll find in Australia, but we're starting off our list with one of the most adorable. The koala at most will weigh 33 pounds. They're lazy.
The video I love the most with the koalas is when that one knocks it out of the tree or whatever.
Oh, I know.
And it's
just starts
sitting on the ground like a child screaming.
Yeah. It
Animals
makes you sad.
Sleeping as much as 20 hours a day. Native to Australia, this arboreal herbivorous marsupial is the closest living relative to wombats. 18. The Morelia spilata. The carpet python, which scientists refer to as the Morelia spilata, can be found inhabiting a few places in the South Pacific, most notably in Australia.
Cool.
This species of python is considered quite large, growing to an astounding 13.1 feet or 4 meters in length at the most. You might find them on the ground or even high up in the trees as they're semi-arboreal. Careful treading around at night, however, as these nocturnal creatures could really be lurking anywhere. Like a lot of huge snakes, they eat certain...
Yeah, I mean, these are arboreal.
They're what?
I don't know. She said it. I just wanted to emphasize the fact that I'm a moron and have no idea what that means.
Look, it's eating an entire monkey, it looks like.
Is that a monkey?
No, I think it's a deer.
This looks like a coyote or something.
Certain things like birds and lizards, but they'll eat larger mammals as well. 17. The spotted hairy tail. Living amongst its den and roaming the wild at night, the quoll eats mostly smaller animals such as lizards, birds, and frogs, and on occasion some fruit. The largest species of smaller animals such as lizards, birds, and frogs, and on occasion some fruit. The largest...
That's such a It's the spotted hairy tail.
Yeah, it's like just call it what you see. You know, like it's the blue thing above us.
Species of quoll, however, may dine on animals as big as possums and bigger reptiles. These carnivorous marsupials can be found in different parts of Australia, though most of its bigger population exists in large part on the country's west coast. The quoll's genus name, Deciurus, translates from Greek to mean hairy.
What is?
They dine on birds and roaming the wild at well. 17. The spotted hairy tail. Living amongst its den and roaming the wild at night, the quoll eats mostly species of mean hairy tail. While its body measures to about 29.5 inches or 75 meters at the longest, their tails give them an extra 13.8 inches or 35 centimeters. 16. Not an ostrich. You'd be kind of close though. It's the second largest bird in the world after its relative the ostrich, but it's a whole different creature of its own. The emu lives endemically to Australia.
That is ugly.
That's an ugly bird.
Like, you've seen that video where I don't know if it's an ostrich or an emu that's running at that lady and she puts her hand up.
I was literally about to say that. Like, it's on TikTok.
Yeah.
And she's just like, it's
she
coming
puts her hand up and it goes.
Puts her hand up and it just stops.
She doesn't even like flinch.
Well, yeah. I mean, I want to say it looks like an emu. I could be way wrong. But she's got an American accent, so she might be.
Yeah.
Do we have emus? I'm sure we have emus.
I don't think we have emus.
Do we? Do we not?
Do we even have ostriches?
Yes, we have ostriches.
Where?
All over the place.
I've never seen one.
We have ostriches.
Except
we have
for the
farms that
zoo.
raise ostriches. Ostriches are
Farms.
native to the U.S. Yes.
Australia. The range found
You've
throughout
also
most
never
of the
been out of,
mainland.
like, 3
Flightless
states.
yet enormous, the emu stands at a height of 6.2 feet or
Out of
1.9 meters
50?
at the biggest and run as fast as 31 miles per hour or
That's
50
scary.
kilometers per hour. When it comes to taking care of the eggs after breeding season, the males are the ones that do all the incubating and will even lose lots of weight doing so, since during this time they hardly eat or drink any water. 15. The mythical goanna. Although not all goannas are huge, this monitor lizard from Australia is known to grow to an impressive size. Goannas at the biggest can be 8.2 feet or 2.5 meters long. Those smaller species may measure to the size of an adult human's arm, which is still kind of huge for a lizard. To eat, they depend on both scavenging and predatory methods in order to suffice their diet for the day. Oftentimes, they will eat smaller prey so that they can swallow it whole. It's not clear where the name goanna comes from, though some experts believe that it was the European settlers that named them as a derivative of iguana.
You just ate.
14. The echidna, a spiny anteater. If you remember from Greek mythology, echidna was a half snake, half woman, though if you see the animals that took this namesake, you'd wonder why. Echidnas look nothing like
so
humans
cute,
and snakes put together, and instead
Look how
resemble
tiny
animals
its
like
face
porcupines or hedgehogs. Some people may refer to the echidna as the spiny anteater. However, they are not even closely related to true anteaters, and are probably called this due to their diet that consists of ants and termites. They may be mammals, but the echidna also lays eggs, like the platypus. 13. Like a Looney Tune.
That's
If
cool.
your only exposure to Tasmanian devils was through Looney Tunes, then you were
100%.
probably surprised the first time you actually saw a photo of a real Tasmanian devil.
What?
Their faces aren't their whole bodies, and they don't twist like tornadoes. They are, however, rather frightening creatures, even if they only measure to like 25.7 inches or 653 millimeters in length, not counting their tails, which can be as long as 10.2 inches or 258 millimeters. Tasmanian devils can be found all over the island of Tasmania, even in more urban areas.
What's so
12.
scary
One
about them, though?
fear.
I think they're just vicious. What's that noise?
It's my daughter's iron. I don't know why it's making noise though.
It sounds like it's in here.
It's in that bathroom.
Oh.
It's a toy iron. You guys might not can hear it, but we can.
Snake. Walk carefully in the Central East regions of Australia, as that's where the most venomous snake in the world lives. The inland taipan, also called the western taipan or the fierce snake, has the most toxic of any snake's venom. Some live in captivity, though in the wild they are highly protected, just like all other snakes in Australia. You can, however, own an inland taipan, but only if you possess the highest venom. Some live in captivity, though in the wild they are highly protected, just like all other snakes in Australia.
So all snakes are protected in Australia? Like, as in it's illegal to kill them? That seems crazy.
Yes, please answer that question in the comments.
Because
I
I'm
would be
instantly
very
going
interested.
into, like, find a stick, beat the crap out of it mode.
Right.
If I see a snake. Like that, I can obviously tell that it's probably going to kill me if I touch it.
Yeah.
You can, however, own an inland taipan, but only if you possess the highest venomous class reptile license. Who knew that was even a real thing? Their coloring ranges come from dark to light green or even dark tan, and will grow to be about 5.9 feet or 1.8 meters. Though, some dark tan and
His face looks like this.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's having a good day.
He's like, I'm cranky.
will grow to be about 5.9 feet or 1.8 meters. Though, some can grow as big as 8.2 feet or 2.5 meters. 11. The duck beaver. When scientists in Europe were first presented with the platypus, they initially thought it must have been a joke, that someone sewed together a duck and a beaver. Turned out to not be the case, and they soon realized that the platypus was a real animal. Once in a while, people refer to this egg-laying mammal as the duck-billed platypus. In New South Wales, the platypus is considered the animal emblem of the state. The dense, brown fur on their bodies help keep them warm, and is also waterproof as they are also semi-aquatic animals. 10.
Their tails are venomous, right?
Don't get me lying.
I've heard something about the platypus is venomous.
There's something about them that is venomous. Whether it's the tail or they bite you or whatever the case may be.
Please let me know in the comments.
Yeah.
I think it's the tail. I think they slap you with it. Exactly.
Now you die.
The largest toad. Results are in. The largest toad in the world is the cane toad, an animal native to South and Central America. But wait, isn't this an Australia list? You're right about that. The cane toad was introduced to the lands of northern Australia and has since thrived. Adults measured between 3.9 to 5.9 inches or 10 to 15 centimeters long. Though the biggest specimen of the cane toad came out to be 9.4 inches or 24 centimeters.
Do y'all do frog legs? We love frog legs, especially like I would say Texas, Mississippi.
I haven't seen
Alabama,
a whole lot of places with
Louisiana.
frog legs around here.
Yeah, this part, well, southern, like Houston area.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's basically an extension of Louisiana more than anything.
Right.
And obviously frog legs are huge in Cajun.
Because a lot of restaurants in Mississippi, and especially like every buffet, whether it was Asian or just a regular buffet, always frog legs.
Oh, I would love that. Sounds so good right now.
Yeah.
In length. 9. The stubby marsupial. Wombats aren't bats at all, confusingly enough. Instead, wombats are marsupials, short-legged and quadrupedal. These small animals grow to be up 40 inches or 1 meter in length.
It's so
cute.
ugly.
It's so cute. I want to snuggle with
He looks like he's having a good
Are
day.
furry all over and have
he's like,
stubby
"What's up, bro?"
tails. Their diet is of the herbivorous variety, as they eat mostly herbs, bark, grasses, and roots. That doesn't mean they aren't completely harmless, however, as they do also have incisor teeth that are
have
made to
them as
gnaw at
pets?
tough plants. Wombats
I feel like she took the word herbivore very, like took it too literal.
as they eat mostly herbs, bark, grasses,
Because
and
most
roots.
herbivores
That doesn't
don't
mean they
truly
aren't
eat
completely harmless, however. One of the
They'll eat
heartland, mountainous, and forested regions of
grass.
Australia,
Right.
as well as Tasmania.
Anything.
8. The thorny devil. That's
Wrong.
the exact name for this strange lizard
devil.
found along the deserts of the Australian
thorny
outback. The lizard
Where was your mind at?
When I heard it, I heard the horny devil. I was like, you
They misspelled horny.
you
They're so
bad
stupid.
boy.
sometimes called the
Yeah,
mullet,
get
has
your
a whole
finger
lot
on
of
that.
spikes all over its body. Anyone who accidentally steps on this thing
That's
better have a
cool.
really thick shoe. These spikes, or scales, help the thorny devil to collect water on its body wherever it can. The water then gets transported through the skin. Depending on the weather, the color of its scales can change from pale to dark when it goes from warm to cold.
That looks like a
7.
different animal.
Another ant change from pale
That is
to dark.
not the same animal, is it?
No, there's no way.
But that's really cool. It's like a rhino.
Yeah, it looks.
a
It
rhino
looks like a
lizard.
devil, like a
That's
depiction of a hell spawn of some sort. That looks like a lizard. Not the same. Not
I
at all
don't think
the
it is
same.
the same.
When it goes from warm to cold. 7. Another anteater. While some may call it the banded or marsupial anteater, the numbat, like the echidna, isn't really an
Numbat.
anteater per se. They don't even eat ants, although
a
they
cool
do feed on
color combo.
termites. About 20,000 a day to be
Two-tone,
exact. Who
right?
needs an exterminator
Faded.
when there's a numbat? The numbat, also, like the wombat, is not a bat. Endemic to Western Australia, as well as reintroduced to
ugly.
South Australia, the numbat
think
is
it's
considered
dope.
an endangered species and is heavily protected. 6. The call of the kookaburra. Tree kingfishers known as the kookaburra got its name for the sound of its call, a distinct and really loud sound that many liken to a laugh. While that's slightly frightening to think about, it's what makes the kookaburra the kookaburra. They live in humid forests as well as arid environments. Even though they are called kingfishers, they do not have much to do with water. Unlike lots of birds you probably feed, they're not the type to eat things like seeds and nuts. They eat animals, such as young birds of other species, mice, snakes, and small reptiles. You'll know when an area
your
belongs to a
neighbor's
kookaburra
nest.
because it will let out that
Eat its
strange call
babies.
to mark its territory. 5. The Wallaby Way. Fans of Finding Nemo undoubtedly remember the address in which we followed Nemo to, and of course it would have the name Wallaby Way in it. The wallaby is one of the most popular and well-known animals native to
He's so
Australia.
cute.
This type of animal belongs to the same taxonomic family as kangaroos. You may even note how similar they appear. Wallabies are a small species, though the largest can grow to be about 2 meters long. The spring-like design of their tendons give them extremely strong hind
6
legs,
feet,
while
isn't
their
it?
tails are
What is a meter? Oh no, I'm thinking of a yard.
No.
Hey Siri, how many feet are in a meter?
1 meter is 3.28.
Yeah, so that's 6. That's almost 7 feet long.
I paused it because I was like, I
That's
don't think
large.
of wallabies because of Finding Nemo. I think of it because of Rocco's Modern Life.
When I think of Finding Nemo, I think of Wallaby Way.
I don't think about that.
Are used to provide support. While they are native to Australia and New Guinea, they have been introduced to other parts of the world. 4. The black swan. Ballet aside, the black swan is a real bird that was not just made up to contrast the more well-known white swan. Black swans breed in the southern regions of Australia and were introduced to other parts of the world in the 1800s. They might have white flight feathers, but for the most part their plumage is black, and at the end of their faces are red bills. A black swan shows its aggression by holding its long neck up high and then spreading its wings out to show...
freak me out on animals.
I don't think I know of a lot of red bills.
Like a rooster.
Oh, like with their little thing.
Freaks me
out. Their feathers. So stay away from one when you see it acting like this. Despite having no migratory pattern, they do not stay in one place all the time and will travel to other regions in a more nomadic way. 3. Gliding on sugar. What's a cuter name for a small creature like this than sugar glider? None will tell you that much. The sugar gliders are possums with wing-like membranes that help them glide through the air, similar to a flying squirrel. These small animals are native to Australia and were introduced to Tasmania in the 19th century. Sugar gliders grow to be about 9 to 12 inches or 24 to 30 centimeters long from head to tail. You might have noticed their huge eyes that are pretty big compared to their heads. Those eyes help them see at night as they live nocturnally. Those big ears also help them detect prey in the dark. To glide, they launch themselves from a tree and spread its limbs so that the gliding membrane catches the air. 2. The feral dog. We've all heard that famous phrase, "dingoes ate my baby," in reference to the case that happened.
So one thing,
You'd think she would have added like a picture of the...
Yeah, with its little legs spread out. It was so cute. So I thought feral just meant like wild in general.
Does it not?
Yes and no. So you have a wild dog and you have a feral dog. A feral dog, feral means that it used to be basically what's the word I'm looking for? Domesticated animal. And then it kind of found its way back to living as a wild animal. But it would be feral because it was at one point domesticated.
Well, because a lot of people, when they go hog hunting, they
call feral hogs. Which those were at one point domesticated hogs. They just evolved over centuries.
Okay.
Back in the 80s. But what else are dingoes really known for? Experts debate the taxonomic status of the dingo, mainly because no one can really figure out if it's genetically closer to a domestic dog or a wolf. Dingoes live in the wild, but they have been known to associate with humans, yet they have not officially been bred to be domesticated. A dingo hunts from behind to surprise their prey. 1. Boxer fists. While stories like Winnie the Pooh make you think that kangaroos are fun, nurturing creatures, the truth of the matter is that you would never want to get close to one, especially one that's ready to fight, nor would you want to get caught between a kangaroo fight. First off, when you really look at these huge marsupials, the largest of the marsupials, they're really jacked, like they spent their whole summer in the gym. Kangaroos come in different sizes and colors depending on the species. The red kangaroo is the largest surviving marsupial in the world. Tell us your favorite uncommon...
Did you know that?
Yeah. Did you?
Okay. So I didn't know that it was a marsupial at all. I thought marsupials were like smaller type animals.
I think marsupial just describes...
But I thought that was just a mammal.
I can see that argument. Or I can see that confusion.
Yeah. When I think of marsupial, I think of a small animal. What?
I just want to make sure I'm right about this. So the so-called wild horses that abound in Australia and North America are actually feral. A domesticated animal becomes feral simply by finding itself when left in the wild without being helped or managed by humans. So I was right. Proud of myself. But no, I mean, I think marsupials have... I think something about it has... Now, correct me. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to even say correct me if I'm wrong, because more than likely I'm wrong. I think it has to do with... what I think marsupials are like basically rodents at some point.
Well, that's a kangaroo. That can't be a rodent.
Well, that's true.
Marsupial definition.
A mammal.
A mammal of An order whose members are born and completely developed and are typically carried and suckled in a pouch on the, okay, so that's
Okay,
what
so
makes it a
pouch.
marsupial,
Okay.
because it has its pouch.
I did not know that.
So, guys, if you enjoyed Wacky Universe's video, go subscribe to Wacky Universe.
Yeah, those was really good.
Yeah, it was. It was very well put together. I enjoyed it. Obviously, we knew most of those animals. I didn't know the specific snakes or anything.
Yeah, there's so many breeds of snakes.
But this was a very good video.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Guys, we always could use more suggestions. Link to our Discords down in the description. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see our future videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. And if you want to support us directly, hit the join button. And with that being said,
My name is Miles.
my name is Fez.
Thanks for watching, mate.
Peace.
Out.
Kind of lost that.
Yeah, I lost it.